Hi, everyone. Welcome to the House of Blue podcast. I'm your host, Veronica Theodoro. This episode of the House of Blue podcast is sponsored by Stages St. Louis. My guest today is someone I've known and admired for a long time. I first met interior designer Meghan Heeter about 12 years ago when I first started covering the home and design beat in St. Louis. Over the years, I've written about Meghan's projects, presented countless design awards to her, and followed her career as she grew into one of the area's most sought after and respected interior designers. In 2019, we even photographed Meghan for our Best Dress List feature at the Frank Lloyd Wright House in Ebsworth Park. Today, I'm talking to Meghan about an entirely new project she's spearheading. Ättlingar is the name of the company she founded with her client, Siri Eklund, in 2024. Attlingar is a maker of handcrafted medicine cabinets, mirrors, and other accessories made using traditional Swedish woodworking traditions. I'm looking forward to my conversation with Meghan, but first, here's what's been going on in and around my house. This year, Stages St. Louis proudly celebrates 40 years of producing Broadway quality theater right here in the Loop. Join them for a summer full of laughs, musical memories, and heart as they present the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee Guys and Dolls and Come Far Away. Visit stagesstlewis.org to learn more and to subscribe today. Hi, everyone. We're back. Last night, we celebrated the finalist in the Architect and Designer Awards competition at a happy hour at Design and Detail here in Maplewood. I had a great time. What can I say? I love catching up with the design community and meeting new people and making connections. Despite the cold and the snow, we had a terrific turnout. So congrats to our events team for organizing such a beautiful evening for all of us. The awards ceremony is scheduled for April 9th at the historic Powell Hall, and tickets are on sale now, so I hope to see a lot of you there. Last week, I visited the headquarters of Rock Hill Woodworking Company. I met the owners, Matt and Andrea Mitchell, at a holiday party late last year, and they invited me to come for a visit and to take a tour of the facility. For some unknown reason, my GPS that day took me to Newtown in St. Charles. But once I finally got my bearings and I got back into St. Louis, I just really enjoyed seeing their headquarters. It's a super, super impressive place. Rock Hill specializes in custom doors, moldings, all types of really exquisite custom millwork. They have 10,000 profiles in their showroom, just bin after bin of these wood pieces, plus a tool room for storing specific knives used to cut the profiles. Anyway, I learned a ton from talking to the employees and seeing the operation in person. The Mitchells, I just want to add, are wonderful people with a real passion and deep knowledge about what they do. So thanks, guys, for having me out there. And before we get to my interview with Meghan, I really want to encourage you to make the time to see the art exhibit Casting a Long Shadow, Frederick Oakes Sylvester and His Circle, at the Mercantile Library at UMSL. Frederick lived and worked in St. Louis around the turn of the century, and he was known as the poet-painter of the Mississippi. There's so much to appreciate about this exhibit, and it's on display at the Wallace H. Smith Gallery of Art until October of this year. So there's plenty of time to see his work. All right, everyone, let's get started with my interview with Meghan Heeter. Hi, Meghan.
Hi, Veronica. How are you?
I'm doing well. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you so much. I have to tell you, I'm an avid listener.
Oh, thank
I
you.
love the podcast. I'm so grateful to be here. But yeah, the Christmas tree one, I was really like, how the heck do I do my Christmas tree? I've been doing it wrong all this time. So,
Well, you were one of my guests when we did the live video Architect and Designer Awards
yeah.
podcast a couple of
Yes.
years ago. So
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun.
So much fun. I loved that. I just enjoyed it so much. So I'm so happy to be here.
Great, great. Well, we have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your interior design work because I know you're still working as an interior designer, but you have this incredible new-ish company that
Yes.
you have launched, Ättlingar, with a former client.
Yes.
I want to start just sort of like hearing from you a little bit about what it is like or what it has been like for you to step back from full-time interior design work and, now running this company.
Yes. So, as you mentioned, I'm still doing design for my core clients. We're thoughtful about the projects that we can take on because obviously, we want to have more time for the product side of the business for sure. So it's been amazing. All I can say is I have so much passion and excitement for the new products that we're launching, for the reception that we've been getting from top designers. And I'm just so excited and so grateful that I'm at this point in my career where I can really take a risk and try something new and see how it goes.
And had you always sort of harbored a desire to be an entrepreneur, or did it just sort of happen through conversation or
Yeah,
sort of like talk us through that?
sure. I mean, I think the launch of this particular product and brand, I could not have done without my business partner. And she's just been really there to kind of push everything through and she's such a doer and make it happen. But I will say, I love going to High Point Market in North Carolina. I love to go to shows in New York. And oftentimes designers will have collections that they're launching or showing. And I think as an interior designer, you just kind of have a pulse of what's new, different, and interesting. And so in the back of my mind, I always was like, well, that would be fun. That would be cool. I would love to do that. Maybe I could do that. And the answer is you can do it. You can. You just have to put one foot in front of the other and try it out. So
And so tell us a little bit about the product itself.
sure. So we make custom mirrors and medicine cabinets as well as accessories for your home. And really our product is about bringing beauty and authenticity to your home. So even those everyday items that you use, we believe they should be just as beautiful as they are functional. And the idea really started from my project with my business partner. I was designing her family home in the Fair Oaks neighborhood.
I remember that house and
At
that
the
project.
time,
Yeah.
yes, it was beautiful, beautiful home, Tudor style, historic home. And so in working with her, we really worked as a team on that project. And that's kind of where the spark of the idea started.
Okay. Okay. And what's interesting about the product is that you both of you have been inspired by Siri's background, her Swedish heritage, correct?
Yes,
And so
correct.
you're using these very traditional Swedish woodworking techniques. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
absolutely. So our brand is also about heritage
Mhm.
for sure. And so Siri's family, they had a cabinet shop along Chicago's North Shore in Glencoe for many generations. And her family they designed furniture and they even had window treatments. And there was her aunt was an interior designer. So
Oh.
there is this beautiful lineage and heritage within her family. And so we really took that as inspiration. And so we would look at her family antiques to come up with inlay pattern ideas. And so that was so much fun for us to kind of delve into her family history, as I mentioned.
And so I'm just interested in knowing about that moment.
Mhm.
Was it a conversation? Were the two of you together at the house when you've decided, you know what, why don't we do this? Like,
Yeah.
where was that moment? How did that unfold?
Yeah, we worked so well together. Siri is a little bit of background on her.
Yeah.
She has had two successful companies that she started and sold, and she's just very smart when it comes to business and starting and launching a business. But beyond that, she's incredibly creative and detail oriented. So when we worked together on her family's home, we got to know each other and we just found that we clicked. And, we have a very similar aesthetic. We like the same things. So when the product wrapped, it was kind of like, well, what's next? We don't
Yeah.
want this to end.
Mm.
Um, and so we were looking at some of the things that we had designed for her family home, and one being the medicine cabinet and how we could bring that to market because
Okay.
there was nothing like it out there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So it was something that you had specifically made for her home that sort of became the
correct.
launching point for,
Correct.
okay,
I
cool.
love working in historic homes.
Yeah.
I just love it, as you do.
Yes.
I know
Yes.
you do too with
Yeah.
your beautiful home. And anyone that has an older home will tell you that storage space is always at a
For
premium.
sure.
And so, I'm often trying to steal some space from a bedroom to get a proper closet and
Yes.
things like that. And for that reason, I mean, I love a medicine cabinet because
Smart.
it's just 4 inches depth of space, but it really makes a big difference in a small historic bathroom.
Mhm.
And so everything we were finding on the market was more modern in styling. So
Yeah.
chrome, metal, that type of thing.
Mhm.
And we really wanted something that was a reflection of her home.
Right.
And so we designed the medicine cabinet to feel like an antique, a little jewel box within the home. So we incorporated inlay. The interior of the medicine cabinet has sawtooth shelving, which is more of an antique furniture piece style.
Okay.
And then we have beautiful unlacquered brass hinges. So we wanted it to be special. And we thought, well, why can't every little functional piece in your home be special? So
Yeah.
that's kind of how we launched the brand and where we launched it from.
Wow. And so where do you make, where's everything made?
Our medicine cabinets are made in the Midwest, here
Okay.
in the Midwest. Our accessories are made in Georgia.
Mhm.
And then our textiles that we've been working on are in South Carolina. So, we really want to celebrate the craftsmanship in America
Wow.
and American made. And that's our goal with our product. Now, some of our textile lines, we want the best quality ground, and often those are European Belgian linens.
Mhm.
But beyond that, we are really celebrating craftsmanship in the US.
When I was preparing for this podcast, I was on your website.
Yeah.
And, for the longest time, I was thinking medicine cabinets, beautiful mirrors.
Yes.
And then, like, I see all of these other products, like wallpaper
Yes.
and fabrics.
Yes.
And you have a showroom now.
Right.
I mean, it's incredible. It's grown so much. And really, like, you started the company in the summer of 2024.
Yes.
So, you know, tell us a little bit about the evolution of going from a medicine cabinet to now having a much fuller
Right.
collection.
Yes. So my business partner, Siri, has definitely taught me that product development should always be evolving and always adding and always changing and tweaking. And so we've just been constantly working on product development.
Okay.
And we'll get excited about things and we'll want to see, like, well, let's explore it. Let's see where it goes. So yeah, we're always adding new things. We've got accessories. I've got a cute little guest tray that we recently launched that's perfect for little powder rooms. So we're always adding new beautiful products and pieces to our line.
I love the hook for your robe or your
Yes.
towel.
Yes,
I
those are
mean,
wood turned, beautiful
so
hook, just
beautiful.
so unique and different. And those were based on a French antique piece that Siri had sourced. And
Cool.
so yeah, we're looking to history to bring some new modern pieces to life.
Tell us a little bit about how you work together. What are your responsibilities? What are Siri's? And are you working at the showroom every day?
Yeah, so I'm at the showroom every day.
Okay.
Siri's based out of Charleston.
Okay.
But really, we couldn't do any of this without our team. We've got an amazing team. We have folks that handle our bookkeeping and our ordering, and then Chloe Schuler works for me full time, works for us full time, but she's with me in our studio full time. And she's not only amazing at interior design, but also she's an excellent project manager and keeps things on track. So Siri and I are so grateful for that. But then Siri and I work a lot with my interior design clients, and then we work in tandem with the product. And she's really
Okay.
an expert at product development and logistics and kind of that portion of the business.
And so where is the showroom?
In Ladue on Clayton Road.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
And so can anyone go there? Do you have to be a designer to walk in? How does that work?
So we just started at our showroom,
Okay.
and it's about 80% there. We're almost there. But yes, anyone can reach us through the website and make an appointment, and it's by appointment. But we would
Okay.
love for you to come and see product and touch and feel.
And was it important for you to open this space? I mean, did you really feel like, you know what, people actually need to be able to see
Yes,
what they're wanting to buy, perhaps?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so what's next? What are you thinking about in terms of expansion or products that you might want to introduce? What are your thoughts?
So we are really hot and heavy on fabric and wall covering at the moment. We're working on our production line and testing new SKUs and new colorways. So that's kind of our focus right now. We're also launching a line of mohairs
I saw that. Yeah.
that are really beautiful. I love mohair.
Yes.
It wears like iron,
Mm-hmm.
and most designers love it. But we wanted to make sure we could find mohairs that were in the right kind of colorway that we love.
Okay.
So some rich, beautiful new colors, and we are offering those. So yeah.
And so how do you even know what to do? You're like, oh, I want to start a collection of mohair fabrics. Like what is the first thing that one would do?
The first thing is a lot of research, I
Okay.
must say. And Siri's amazing at that. But we're researching different manufacturers and different brands and trying to figure out how to source and how to store and warehouse. And
Okay.
so it's a lot of back end research. But then the fun part is, developing the colorways and the lines of fabric and the patterns. So but the hard part is really, making it come to
Yeah,
fruition. Yeah.
absolutely. Can you talk to us a little bit about some of the aesthetic, right? Like what are some of these patterns that you love or the colorways that you gravitate toward?
So Siri and I had the opportunity to go to a historical textile archive yes, it was really
Where
fun.
was
And
that?
it was in North Carolina.
Okay.
And so we started there with many of our textiles is just like going through thousands and thousands of historic textiles and kind of pulling what we felt like our brand and were patterns that we wanted to bring to market. And we found a beautiful 17th century European mural piece. And so that's kind of where we started from that standpoint. And then it was like, okay, after that, we took the artwork and started tweaking it, making it fresher, a little bit more modern, adding some new colorways. And then from there, it's all about production. And honestly, that has been the hard part because I know what I expect from a quality standpoint in my projects.
Yeah.
And so I want them to be of that level. And so we've gone through, a few printers here and there and
Yeah.
tried and tested. I think we've found one. Well, I know we found one that we both just love. He's incredible and has done an amazing job. And the weaves are so incredible. So we're very excited, but we're still in the production phase on some of our fabric collection.
Okay. And where is he located?
So he's actually out of the UK, but
Okay.
they have manufacturing facilities in South Carolina.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Cool. And so what have been your challenges? What would you say has been the most difficult aspect of running a business? What surprised you about it?
I would say, any entrepreneur will tell you not a 9 to 5. It's a, 9 to forever. So
Good one.
we're always working. I'm always working, which has been great. It's been when you're passionate about it, it's exciting and you
Yeah.
love doing it. But the amount of commitment, if you're thinking about starting a business, just be ready because there's a lot of work to happen behind the scenes and things that aren't as sexy or as exciting,
Right.
setting up your phones and
Yeah.
those types of
You're
things.
like, oh, I have to do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to set up the printer. Oh my gosh, here we go. I'm IT and
Or like fix the printer. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
exactly. So, not that I wasn't surprised, but I was also just I needed to be a little more prepared on the time commitment, but it's been a labor of love. Absolutely.
And what skills have you had to call on, as an interior designer? What has come in, really handy to you, based on all those years of experience that you have?
Yeah. I think everyone on our team has their own superpower.
Mhm.
Absolutely. For me, I have really relied on my interpersonal skills and the connections that I've made over the years. I try to be genuine with people and kind to all the people I work with. I'm so grateful for the partners that I've had throughout the years, whether that be the contractor or the
Right.
fabric rep. And those connections have really helped forge our business.
Mhm.
So I'm always so grateful for people in the business who give me advice and, oh, you need to talk to this manufacturer, you need to talk to this person about shipping. And it's been incredible. And I just appreciate the support so much. But I do think that my skills and my connections with people has helped that a lot.
I was going to ask you, what has been the response so far locally? Let's say.
Locally, people have been very supportive. I will say our product has been very popular in New York City
Oh,
with
cool.
designers there. So I think because they are living in smaller spaces often, and
That
storage
makes sense.
is at a premium, and they also appreciate luxury in their design. So that's been interesting and fascinating. When we started the business, we were researching, okay, who's our market, and
Yeah.
we were targeting interior designers, high-end interior designers. We were kind of thinking about regions, whether that be the Northeast, just because of the more traditional projects and homes, or the South. And so it's been exciting to see where it's sort of starting to take off. And I would say New York has been good to us.
Wow, that's so cool. I mean, the product itself is just, I think we have uh samples here,
Yes.
which are just, I don't know if you
Yes.
can see these, but
They're exquisite.
just absolutely stunning.
Yes. So all of it's natural materials, wood, walnut, maple, and our inlay. One aspect of Swedish design that maybe a lot of
Yeah.
people aren't familiar with. I think when you think of Swedish design, you think of the kind of whitewashed,
Yes.
soft colors,
Yeah,
the Gustavian clocks,
absolutely.
and so people may not know that Swedish in historically they were experts at woodworking, inlay, marquetry, and so
To
we've
know.
really drawn on that through Siri's family and her historic connections in the antiques. But I've loved bringing that to light in a fresh and modern way.
Yeah, I just love it. It's such beautiful work. Any plans to travel to Sweden anytime soon?
We have lots of plans. I will say travel is one of the best things a designer can do to get inspiration, as you know. And I mean, you're so great at capturing a cool door or, all those things, the
Thank you.
tile when you travel.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way. So we definitely have some ideas on the books for the new year. The manufacturer that we're using for textiles, they have a textile archive on the Isle of Man. So we're like
Oh.
dying to get there. That will be a goal, hopefully, for this year.
Oh my gosh, exciting. Well, this has been super fun. Thank you so much for stopping by,
Of
and
course.
all the
Thank you for
best. I
having.
remember, when this was just sort of like a first dream for you, and we were
Yes.
chatting about it, and you
Yeah.
were so excited, and now, like,
Yes. It's
wow.
just growing, growing, growing. And we're so excited for all the support and to continue to add new products and bring beauty and function to people's homes.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Meghan.
Thank you so much.
If you love exploring the creativity and ideas shaping St. Louis, you'll want to check out Fast Forward STL. Hosted by entrepreneur and investor Keith Alper, Fast Forward STL is a business and innovation podcast featuring leaders, entrepreneurs, and change makers working on exciting projects across St. Louis and the region. The conversations dig into how people build, create, and solve real problems and why it matters to our city's future. New episodes are released every other Thursday. Follow Fast Forward STL wherever you get your podcasts. We'll link it in the show notes. And now, on to V's Views. If you're hoping to get out a bit and be inspired by everything that St. Louis has to offer, here are 3 places to go or things to do or see that I'll definitely be making time for in the weeks and months to come. It's been years since I visited the Jewel Box in Forest Park, but that's about to change. This magnificent greenhouse was dedicated in 1936. Its cantilevered glass construction with arched steel beams was a technical achievement at the time. You can visit the Jewel Box and enjoy its display of tropical plants and flowers during most days of the week for only $1. Made in St. Louis opens February 14th during the St. Louis Birthday Bash at the Missouri History Museum. The rotating gallery turns the spotlight on the surprising and familiar creations that originated in St. Louis and the people who made them. And Aaron Folks, Strategic Sourcing Director at LVMH, will be in St. Louis on May 3rd to deliver the Joan and Alan Cohn Lecture at St. Louis Art Museum. Aaron will discuss Givenchy's rehabilitation of the Frank Lloyd Wright Anderton court shops in Beverly Hills. I'll be there, and I hope you will too. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening, and I will see you next time. Thank you for listening to House of Lou. Our episodes drop once a month. Be sure to follow us and share the episode with your friends. Be in touch. Subscribe to our design and home newsletter at stlmag.com/newsletters and follow along on Instagram at stlewismag. And you can follow me, BT Lookbook. If you like what you've heard, show us some love by rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you choose to listen. We'll see you next time, and just remember, there's so much to see in St. Louis if you know where to look. This is a production of St. Louis Magazine, produced by Kylie Green Lemoyne, edited and booked by Veronica Theodoro, audio and video editing by Henry Cohen.